Ron? Where is Ron right now?
Ron is right here. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Happy Friday, and welcome back to the channel. I told you guys yesterday about a local Scientology-owned business that made national news during Hurricane Ian for asking their employees to sleep in the offices if needed so that they could keep working to meet their end of quarter targets. And this made national news. Vice News reported on this. The Tampa Bay Times reported on this. The company's CEO, Gendusa, has issued a public apology in a 2-minute video posted to the company's YouTube channel. Take a look at this video and then let's discuss.
I want to address what took place at my Monday staff meeting regarding Hurricane Ian. We didn't know where the storm was going exactly. We didn't know when it was hitting exactly, and I was trying to calm people down, and I didn't. And because of that, a whole bunch of undue distress ensued, a media frenzy that we then had to make a priority to handle instead of everything else we were trying to do for the storm and for our employees. I have two things to say about this. My communication to my staff was inappropriate, and I didn't take into consideration how they felt, and I learned something from that for sure. I never asked my staff to work during the hurricane. I would never do that. I never have done that. It was before we knew the path of the hurricane that I was asking them to work. In terms of offering PostcardMania as a shelter, we've done this for years every time there is any kind of a hurricane, and people take us up on it and helps a lot of people, and that's a good thing. Second, there are always lessons to be learned, and I wish the world was a more forgiving place. I feel like we all wish that. We have an open door policy at PostcardMania. I really wish the person who was offended would have just gone to their manager or come to me directly, and then we could have avoided all of this. We really dodged a bullet here in Clearwater. We feel very fortunate that the hurricane missed us for the most part. My heart goes out to everybody in Florida, my fellow Floridians, and we're here to help. We've always had a culture of helping others, and we want to continue to do that and help anybody that needs help during this crisis. Call PostcardMania if you would like some assistance. We're creating a task force to help, and our number is 800-628-1804. We're here to help, honestly.
Wow, I have a number of thoughts on this. First of all, this isn't even the main point, is please remember, Joy runs a national marketing, a multimedia full-service marketing company. They don't just do postcards. They do websites, they do video production. Would you hire a marketing company who published such a poorly recorded and edited video like this? I know it's not the main point, guys. It's just the first thing that jumps to my mind. Now let's get to the actual content of the video. I took real issue with this statement right here.
A whole bunch of undue distress ensued, a media frenzy that we then had to make a priority to handle instead of everything else we were trying to do for the storm and for our employees.
For an apology video, it sure sounds an awful lot to me like she is finding fault with the media for causing PostcardMania to shift their attention off of all of the good they were trying to do for their staff and for their clients. Shame on you, media. Not a great way to start an apology video. The next issue I had was with this statement.
I never asked my staff to work during the hurricane. I would never do that. I never have done that. It was before we knew the path of the hurricane that I was asking them to work.
I just don't know any context in which her saying it was before we knew the path of the hurricane that we asked them to work. I can't think of any context in which that makes any sense at all. The entire area was under a declared state of emergency and mandatory evacuations exactly because of the predicted path of the hurricane. So she's completely spinning, and she's actually lying. And then there's this next statement.
In terms of offering PostcardMania as a shelter, we've done this for years every time there is any kind of a hurricane, and people take us up on it and helps a lot of people, and that's a good thing.
If she had actually simply offered to all of her employees, if she had merely been offering for them to be able to use the PostcardMania building, which is an extremely sturdy, large block building, it is built to withstand a Category 5 hurricane. If all she was doing was offering this place as an evacuation point, a place of refuge for anyone who didn't have somewhere to go, she would have made headlines for all the right reasons. She'd probably be the hero of Pinellas County. That's not what she did. She did a whole call where she told her staff that she wanted to be able to continue to serve the clients. She wanted to be able to stay open. The hurricanes never really hit us. If you really want to evacuate and you have nowhere to go, sure, we can blow up the air mattresses, that's fine. But it really would be a shame if the hurricane missed us and they missed their end of quarter goals just because the media got everyone scared. Again, she's spinning and she's lying. And then there's this statement.
We have an open door policy at PostcardMania. I really wish the person who was offended would have just gone to their manager or come to me directly, and then we could have avoided all of this.
Now, this is actually, to me, one of the more problematic statements. By saying you really wish the staff had felt comfortable enough to just handle this through the open door policy, all you're really saying is you wish your staff hadn't shared this information outside the company or with the media. And the only reason you wish that hadn't been done is because you wish you didn't get the exposure. Again, there's not very much apology in this apology video. And just how you clearly don't have anyone around you comfortable enough to advise you that you shouldn't do something like asking your staff to work through a Category 4 hurricane. You clearly also don't have any advisors around you who will tell you you should not have done this video. It's not well executed. It doesn't make you look good. You would have been better off saying absolutely nothing. You clearly have a culture problem where people don't want to give you bad news. People don't want to tell you no. That is how things like this come about. That is how you end up with a CEO telling the staff that they should sleep in the offices to make the end of quarter goals. People don't know how to tell you no, which means you've made it uncomfortable for people to tell you no. And I know that from firsthand experience from working at PostcardMania. People don't want to tell you no. And then we have this last statement in the video right here.
We've always had a culture of helping others, and we want to continue to do that and help anybody that needs help during this crisis. Call PostcardMania if you would like some assistance. We're creating a task force to help, and our number is 800-628-1804. We're here to help, honestly.
What in God's name does that mean? If you want PostcardMania's help in creating a task force to what? If you have any idea what she's talking about there, please let me know in the comments down below. Whoever gives me the best guess as to what she's talking about, I'll pin it as a top comment. This is not the kind of publicity Scientology was hoping for in this natural disaster. You know, Scientology likes to capitalize on natural disasters and go out and help people clean up and take photos and put out a press release and everything. And I'm sure Miscavige was actually in some ways hoping that Clearwater was gonna get hit so that they could have all these juicy photo ops. Instead, they get a national news story of one of Scientology's biggest local donors and one of Scientology's biggest local employers asking people to sleep in the office to make their quarterly targets. Not the press exposure Miscavige was hoping for. All right, everyone, that's all I've got on this for now. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all of you who watched until the very end, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye.